So happy Valentine's Day to those who celebrate. Yesterday, belated, but if you are not celebrating, it's fine because every day can be a Valentine's Day. Don't have to be one day, right? So it's a commercial day, lah. I suppose people will spend a lot of money on the dinner, flowers, and it's a good day for people who get flowers. Yeah. So we are actually going to share a little bit about our Chinese New Year, okay? Because this morning, I'm sure still under Chinese New Year mood, a lot of people still visiting friends, seeing people. I think this business is about connecting people and connecting with people. So just want to hear the stories of everyone here who has, what's their Chinese New Year like and what did they do during Chinese New Year, who they see and what are the activities they have been doing, and what happened to them during the Chinese New Year. Is there any, what are the circumstances or challenges that they face when they start sharing about new skin, right? Any thoughts, you guys? All right. Anyone want to share? Maybe you start with Vijay, okay? Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. What challenges?
Some of the experience you have,
Experience. Okay. I think the experience will be the obstacles. Share about obstacles. Obstacles will be people talk and people not interested. Some people, so they will just okay, there only some just persist to share. Sometimes I just persist to share. And I will try to, like this Chinese New Year, I tried to visit my friends, other friends, and yesterday I also visited my relative. I accompanied my grandmother to visit her sisters because she said it's been 2 years that she didn't go to. Actually, it's in Sri because she doesn't drive anymore, so it will be difficult for her to go visit. And so my parents, they don't usually fetch her there because she can drive, then she drive alone to Sri. So yesterday I offered her that I fetch her there. Then over there, then I so brought my umbrella. Then I didn't close anyone, but then at least I shared with them. So there's this uncle who has quite really high visceral fat and actually I so convey the message to him the importance of reducing it but he still thinks he's okay. The doctor says he's okay. So he just anyway, the obstacles I face is rejection. People will think they don't need it. They don't. They think they are healthy. And the good part of it is I managed to share and convey the message to them. And like at least they are aware that their visceral fat is so high now. Like I have an auntie yesterday, so I met her. It's my grandmother's sister. She knows that her husband's visceral fat is very high, and I also told her consider because it's dangerous and she also know about it, but she say it's very difficult to convince her husband. She said even the children themselves also have difficulty. But actually I also tried yesterday, but they managed to, but still can follow. So along the way is like what Joshua and you always say, enjoy the process. Even though maybe it's not there yet, but just enjoy the procedure, the process, and be grateful. So this Chinese New Year is a little bit different from the previous years. I just get a seat. That's why I just sit and very bored. So I just find opportunity to talk to people. That's all.
What happened this Chinese New Year is a bit quiet compared to many other years. People that I visited has mostly already on the product. But what I did was, apart from, even though they are age lock, I went back to normal small items like life pack. Even though they are age lock, they are on use pen, dual pack. I got this auntie said, I feel dizzy, this and that. I didn't have lunch. I said, why don't you go and trim shake for lunch? And actually, said she feels dizzy. They said, maybe sometimes the pressure not enough of nutrients. He said, go back and take life pack lah. So did close a small life pack. The rest of it, just connecting with friends lah. That's all lah. Friends not really. I didn't have a chance to meet the friends yet, but a lot of friends are MIA, I would say. No lah, only very quiet Chinese New Year this time lah. I would say.
Okay, Jimmy, thank you.
Now can see me.
Yeah.
Just now
Black
cannot
light,
see me.
black light.
My face all black. Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Chinese New Year.
What
What Yeah. So anyway, and happy belated Valentine's Day. So this Chinese New Year, I think because we had our groupings before Chinese New Year, and we shared that we must have intention to share. So that's why it's different this year. Because always like Jet like that, right? Chinese New Year, hello, let's sit there, everybody look at the phone. But I think this year, because we had our grouping before Chinese New Year and we shared that we must share, we must share to people this year. So there was more intention. So we keep, every time we go visiting, I like to hello. I like to give ang pao. I don't know, I enjoy giving ang pao because my husband prepared. Anyway, but then I like that connection during Chinese New Year. So I was and very lucky also, maybe say grateful, maybe very grateful because like my aunties and my uncles, they actually will cook or prepare food so that everybody go to their house. So it gives an opportunity to meet all the cousins that we meet like maybe once a year or twice a year, and then reconnect with people. So when we reconnect with people, with our own relatives, sometimes we don't even talk to them, yeah. But when we reconnect with people, then we know, actually everybody, because we believe everybody needs new skin, whether it's product or opportunity. So when we talk to the person, then we find out what they do, then we say, actually this person deserve better, right? Deserve better. Why not talk to the person about the business? But of course, not there and then that I talk about the business, but we just get their phone number and say, one day we come yam cha. So I found out one of my cousin who I hardly spoke to, even when I was younger, because he's way younger and hardly meet. Then he's actually nearby my house, also OUG area. The girlfriend also OUG area. Then the girlfriend and I sort of click quite well, So I feel like I can actually connect with him, all the girlfriend, and then share with them the business opportunity. Nothing to lose. So that's one. Then we also get to know our cousin's new wife, because first wife married, divorced, then now second wife. Malay girl, speak Mandarin, Chinese school from primary school to secondary school, very pretty, very friendly, and very nice, And then I check out her Facebook. I'm not stalking her lah, but somehow her face turned up in Facebook. Then I check her Facebook. Then she's like, was a model, so she oil lemon and she like all this beauty stuff. She can definitely do the business, because she liked me. And my auntie, who is her mother-in-law, is very business-minded, very business-minded. So definitely can be something that she look into. So I think I like this Chinese New Year because there was the intention, not just to not play with dogs, give ang pao, but we have the intention. So when we are very clear, we are doing a business, because we keep talking about this before Chinese New Year, right? That we are doing a business. Then we do a business, there is no tutup business the moment we open our mouth, our business start So open our mouth. That's all.
Okay, thank you, Jamie and everyone. So I think I wanted everyone to share a bit about the Chinese New Year story because everyone has a different experience. So everyone's family is also different. Why we brought this up? Because I know some of you have probably tried to connect with people, connect with your relative. Good morning, everyone. Good NTC. Li Ting is here with us. Okay, so a lot of people try to find a way to connect with their relatives or friends, and of course, with the intention to maybe bring out new skin or to talk about why they make the decision to do new skin or to share new skin products. So obviously we have sorry, we have a meeting here. Yeah, sorry. So obviously we have an issue with bringing this up, okay? and I think I think generally it's true. It's quite challenging because you have a family setting or you have a lot of friends. You find it quite awkward to bring up suddenly what you do, right? But so the first thing I share with you is that we have to do connection, right? So what Jamie brought up was something that relevant. We meet people, we need to get connected. Okay, so what I want to share this morning, and I think we can share and discuss, is a bit about when we try to open up a market, when we try to do more prospecting, when we try to get more names into our name list or our prospect list, actually we are trying to get connected with people first. Okay, so getting connected with people doesn't mean that necessarily that you start to share new skin. Doesn't mean that lah. Okay, it just mean that I am here. I haven't seen you a long time. This is what I do, right? This is what I am, what I'm interested in, and yeah, how's my family? It's a catch up lah. Connected is like catch up, and so we go through the usual kind of like FORM, if you know what I mean. It's how's family, what are you doing today, your occupation, who's your boyfriend, you got married, you got kids. A very much situational, fair weather kind of talk, which is okay. And of course, when they bring up the subject of like, what do you do now? Of course, you have to tell them you're doing new skin now. Alright, and then it's really up to you and the person whether that conversation goes to what exactly new skin do for you, or why are you choosing new skin, or kind of like that kind of discussion. If it ever happens, right? If it doesn't happen, it's okay, you can take it up another time. So the first word I would say is get connected. So so get connected. So we have to understand this part first. So connecting with people is the first step, right? Because you know new skin is not about a transaction. New skin is about a relationship. And if we look at the business model we have, right, new skin is actually a platform to give us time and financial freedom, right? Okay, new skin is a platform where we build a long-term business, right? And then new skin is a platform where we decide that we duplicate 100%, right? So this is how we can build our financial freedom. So do you think it's a transaction? No, right? It's not a transaction. It's relationship. Okay, so you can't just position yourself to just do a retail sale. Although it may start with retail sales like life pack, closing G3, closing toothpaste, closing something lah, right? It may start with that, and the intention you have when you comes to selling something or sharing something or getting someone to buy something, the intention is not to just have a customer, right? The intention is that in sharing a product, in getting someone to use the product, we have a chance to build upon the relationship. Okay, so one of the thing is get connected, but also get related, because we want to get related to people. So when you get connected and you just transact a particular product, really, honestly speaking, you are no different from all the other MLM people out there who are selling stuff. And typically they'll put stuff on the table like this and talk about this thing. Okay? But we don't take out the product and talk about the product. We really go and talk to people, and we connect with people, relate to people, right? None of you ever bring up the dual pack or life pack, put on the table and start talking, right? So I think we know what we are doing, and so we need to get over some of these maybe crazy thoughts we have about selling. Because many times we think that we are selling. So we are not, we are getting connected, we are getting related to people Why? Because we want to build a relationship. So obviously we need to know the person. We need to have a conversation with the person. We need to carry a conversation. Now, conversation is not one way. Okay, although I'm talking to you like this, I'm trying my best if I can get some responses from people here to have a conversation, right, or a discussion. Okay, but generally I want to give you these thoughts first because it's very important that we understand that building new skin business is a long-term business, it's a relationship business. It's really trying to get the person to know you better, you know them better, find a need, find their want, what they really want in life, right? And then from there on, the opportunity to share how New Skin can transform their life with their opportunity, with the products, and with the promise of financial freedom. Okay? Now, this is important.
Do you have any questions?
Oh yes, if you have any question in relationship to maybe what we are discussing now about getting connected people, getting related people, and then of course then maybe throw in a question or a challenge you face, right? I don't know whether I can answer that, but obviously some of us may be able to address that from a different perspective lah. Because nobody really have the answers for everything, but sometimes we may see a different perspective and we can actually do better. So actually in this life is quite, it's a learning process. We don't know everything. We just, like me, almost 6 years doing this business, I'm still learning. So you ask our MDC whether they know. No, they are still learning. And the learning is because of personal growth. Right? So when when people ask me why I got so much to share, right? Every time, every week, something like 3 times a week, 2 times a week, right? Actually, it's because we are always learning, so we have something to share. And the intention why I got everybody, why I got everyone to group together every Friday, right? Is actually trying to shortcut, shorten, I would say shortcut, trying to shorten the path for you to success. Because we have walked this path, if like MDC Ferlin or MDC Chun Xiao or Li Ting share in their grouping, right, their thoughts and everything, and how they see New Skin and everything, it's the accumulation of their years, 10 years of doing New Skin, and of course, it's helping us to reduce the time to grow, right? So you don't have to spend 6 years to reach where I am. You can actually shorten it, just because I take the chance, right? Take the opportunity to share beyond. Because the faster you learn, the faster you grow, right? And the faster you grow, the faster you get your success. So honestly speaking, if you learn something from our grouping every morning, every time, right? Even SGC or even the Tuesday meeting or even every time you go GET, charity, you learn something and you get to apply it, you grow already. So this is the intention, because we do not know everything, but whatever we learn, whatever we know, whatever we find useful, we want to share with you. Because only when you grow, right, that you get success even faster, right? So we need to just value the learning experience, right? So getting connected is the first step, right? And getting related is actually the next step, right? Okay. So the first part about getting connected is I think I encourage everyone to use the Google contacts, right? To some extent, because if you have 2,000 contacts in your phone or 3,000 it takes a few days for you to run through all the names and all the people. So I have taken some time to share with the full-timers about prospecting, daily prospecting. And I can say that I've done it, I'm quite happy to do it every day. I've been doing it every day and I've added more names. And through the process of looking at my name, my contact list, right, on Google Contacts app, right, I found that actually I have reconnected with a lot of people that I didn't know. In fact, I reduced a lot of people I don't know at all, unknown, don't know, change number. It's like 200 names. Cut out, so many, and then condense. And you know what I've discovered? I haven't finished. I got like JHI, I to S. The names of I to S. I haven't done. So I've done the WJ, and then the W all the way to Z, and then A to H, right? Do you know how many customers do I have? Customers, 200. On tier 90 only. So you see, even so many. So many. You see, we don't know until you go and look through, pass, Tier 90, tier A together, okay? And then prospect, Prospect, I got 300 over. Prospects only. 300 over, I haven't finished my name list, I got 2,000. So this is just accumulation of all the years we are connected with people. And I can bet you 100% chop, guaranteed chop, your phone at least 1,000 people. And so,
Even if less.
Even if less is a lot of people. Because when I ask you all to write down 20 people, 20 names, very susah to come up. But actually when you use Google Contacts, wow, so many. But what's the purpose of getting this Google Contacts things? I want you all to have a system. And then everybody's on Google somehow. And everybody's on the Google Contacts somehow. Right? Even if you're Apple, you can use Google Contact. And you start to clean up your name list there. And then you will start to have very clear who are your customer on tier 90, Lumispa, HLotMe, Dopac, Lifepack, G3. Even I got Ecosphere customer. Isn't it fun if you just click one button, you can see all the Ecosphere customer. Click Lumispa, right? Then you can write down that date where they started using Lumispa or something, right? So it's a simple way to create a database. So get connected. One of the first steps is go back to your name, Google Contacts, and look at it. And if you want to know about how to do prospecting, I have an audio recording. If you want to listen to it, I have an audio recording on that. It's on our SuperBees resources, and I can send you the link. Only if you ask, okay? It's 1 hour long, so you need to listen to this sharing that we do for the full timers. All right. Oh yes, Jamie, want to share something?
Yeah.
Hey.
No, I think just to be clear, when we talk about clear up your contacts, doesn't mean delete your contact. Because all the contacts, the numbers that you have in your phone, right? Whether you are connected with the person, whether you know who the person is, it's irrelevant. You have a number. From the number, you can connect. Don't delete. Because whatever you have, unless you're saying that you have double, like Joshua, I got two times it appeared. There's duplication. Yeah, then that one don't say. Maybe you just discount 50. Yeah, but the idea is when we mean clear up doesn't mean delete. So don't delete your numbers, because even if the number belongs to somebody else, you still have another network. You can still get to know the person.
Yeah.
It will take longer to warm up the leads, but don't delete because that is still your number. So if you have like 50 names in your handphone, because there are very few, there's a few people I know in this group that tell me they have 50 names in their handphone, their contact. I don't know where you all stay in the cave, or maybe you know the people, but you just don't have their number. So what I suggest is, if you only have 50 or less in your phone, right, then you must remember these 50 people have spouse, they have children, they have family, they have relatives, and their spouse have friends and family and relatives. So we must remember these 50 people is not just 50. It is 50 plus infinity. So you don't discount just because you have 50 people, then you say your network is very small. And then another thing is, start to grow your contact list. Every time you meet a person, it's like, hey, actually, do I have your handphone number? Then it's easier to contact you in anything. Then you start collecting contact number already. Because when you work, I'm sure you work with more than 50 people. You just meet the person, you may not have their phone number. So now you just have to be intention in making sure the person you know, you must have the number. The person you don't know, can know. But whoever you know, whoever you meet, you must make sure you have their phone number. Because it's from there, then you can start to connect and send a bit more information, get to know, Then that's how you start increasing your contact list. Yeah, so don't delete your phone number.
Yes, thank you. So yes, Jamie put a very good point there just now. I think it's like if you just delete, I think you will not get another name lah. But if it's already there, you have to discover who this person is. Actually, I spent a lot of time, WhatsApping and confirming is this the person. If I don't know the person, right, I'll ask, I introduce myself lah. I used to be, I stayed in, I was from Sekamat. I go to Sekamat High School. I got all the introduction. Then I go to Singapore on scholarships, Australia on scholarships. I studied Monash, right? Then I went to work as a lawyer, right, and work at all these companies. But now I'm doing new skin. So I do this introduction, right? I'm sure the person is intrigued, right? This guy studies, become a lawyer, then become do new skin, right? So he may or he may not be interested, but he may be intrigued or she may be intrigued, and then we just have a conversation. So actually, I've made a few new friends who I do not know who's in my name. And I don't know how I got this number, and so over the last years of my life, I accumulated all the numbers, but I don't know who. And then sometimes these people change, right? From I have one Hafiz become Juliana. It's like it's because the number changed. It's like I thought this is Hafiz. No, just Juliana. Oh, what do you do then? What I do then? Got new name. So I got a new name. There's some people I call them. I video call them. I video chat them on my WhatsApp. Right now, we can get WhatsApp video, right? So I take some time to WhatsApp video people. Look at the face. I look at the face connected, look at my face, say, oh, you, okay, so I remember who you are, and then, hey, when are you free for lunch? Can meet up. Right, so I share with you all these things because when we do new skin, right, what we want is what? We want to grow our network, correct? So when you want to grow a network, what do we need? We need name lists, right? And your contact list, that phone contact list, I think is the primary list that you go for, because I don't advise going to strangers straight away because there's no basis, no relationship for you to build upon. But you have a contact list, right? You have a relationship to build upon, which is you were connected for a reason last time, right? And then you just find another level to go up to, right? So so go connected, right? Is the first step. So when you get related, it's because you want to build upon something. So you bring a new value to the relationship. So okay, so the other thing I want to share is this get related, right? What does it mean to get related? It's really about having something in common. Maybe at first you it's like meeting your cousins or your long lost cousin, right? First, you're connected as a family, your cousin or your uncle, your auntie. You're connected with that level of relationship, okay? But if you just say hi, hi auntie, how are you, how are your kids, and there's nothing in common between you and your auntie or your cousin, right? Honestly speaking, you're not going anywhere. Honestly speaking, it's just like level 1. It's like level 1 relationship, like acquaintance.
Not even how are you? Say hello,
恭喜发财, now 发来来. Thank you for your angpao, give you angpao, whatever lah. But if you really think that something in common, you can create that value in that relationship. So it can be like common interests, like, oh, you like playing tennis, I also like. Hey, why not we arrange to play a tennis game? Or you like music, I also like. What music you like? Oh, you like playing guitar, I like. Okay. Right. So one of the topics that we previously covered in our previous life is you're gonna have something interesting about yourself, right? Or you like to do a lot of things. You have something you have something you like, that's something like gardening, cooking lah, cars lah, movies lah. You like enjoy shopping lah, bags lah, shoes lah, dress lah, anything, camera, right? A lot of people like a lot of things, and you can find a common interest, right? So the best way to find what is their common interest is to ask question, the FORM, right? The R, recreation. What do you like to do? What do you do in the weekend? Oh, shopping. What do you do in the weekend? Golf. What do you do in the weekend? Sailing. Very hardly lah, but what do you do in the weekend? Like maybe driving lah, group driving lah, go mountain hiking lah, all kind of things, right? You find out what they like. Like some of them, now the big trend is running. A lot of people like to go running, like like the marathon, not like 10 km, fun runs and so on. They like to participate. Now, if you're one of those people, right, then you say, hey, oh, you really are, you joined for this one. I'm also going, why not you meet that? Things like that, right? Or why not we just run together? It's really up to you, all right? So if you want to get connected, go and get related people, don't get lazy. This is the first thing you must get over. Don't be lazy about connecting people. Why? Because you want to have a network. Because the network is going to give you a financial freedom, time freedom. So, whatever marathon, I don't advise you all to run marathon. Honestly speaking, too early. Just do a 5K, 10K, it's really good enough. Unless you're very serious, do half marathon. Marathon, it will take a lot of toll on your body. And unless you're very, very fit, okay? But for us, the purpose is social, to get connected. Get connected, get related, right? It's a healthy way of connecting people and get something in common. So getting something in common could also mean, talking about health subject, right? Because there are a lot of people I got connected with this stranger I met in a plane recently, and over a few occasions I made friends with him, over 1 year. And then I finally met him. Then I found out he actually joined my friend's company, same company, the CEO is my friend. And then, so we have something in common, which is the company and my friend. So we talk about the company is joining in and everything. Then of course I asked him, actually he asked me what do I do. Actually all this time he never asked me what I do. He thought I was like, I'm just an international businessman or something, because I travel to Singapore. So anyway, he asked me what do I do. So I said, yeah, actually a health consultant. Yeah, I have this device in my car. If you want, I can just scan you. Are you a health conscious person? Are you interested in keeping healthy? He said, yes, very loud. Okay, yes, take out my Omron, take out the Omron and scan. Then I said, have you seen this machine? He said, no. Okay, I'm surprised. I'm seeing gym, maybe it's a different machine. So I said, body fat. Yes, I have a lot of body fat. So put him on Omron. Yeah. Of course, do everything already. Thinking. Then he said, I just started a job, I don't have money. Maybe after 1 month I come back. I said, fine, they can revisit you after a month, no problem. Things like that. So for me, I think you just get connected, and when you have value, the value is what you do. Okay, so I'll give you an example. I used to be a lawyer, right? So when I talk to my friends and my relatives, right? Don't you think if they ask me about questions about law, about family law, about commercial law, about IT law, I will keep quiet, is it? I was like, no lah, better not talk about my job during Chinese New Year, right? I'm not working yet, Cannot be right? So we don't stop ourselves from sharing what we do, because what we do have value to the person. So you see, when the person asks you, because they want to know, so you don't share, right? So if you take out the Omron, or you take out the scanner, and you halfway scanning people, or scanning person on the Omron, and somebody else come in and ask you, hey, what's this? Then you say, no lah, I don't want to sell during Chinese New Year. Cannot lah. It's not about selling. It's about giving value, right? So remember, what we are doing is giving value to people. So when we do a scan for a person, are we giving value? Yes. Are we selling? No. We're not selling anything yet. We never take out product also. We only do a report for people, know about their health, right? So our positioning is very clear. We're giving value to people. We're not selling. And then if the person thinks, you're selling during Chinese New Year, hey, I never take out any product. What am I selling? So I'm just giving a service, right? So for some of the uncles, aunties, they will have protestation. Maybe they will say something negative because they don't like new skin, they like MLM, they don't like direct sale. For some reason, they don't like. It's fine. But what we are doing is fine, because we are not doing anything offensive, right? So the first thing you need to know is get over this part. We are giving value. When you give value, you have something common. We can build upon that relationship. So when you are selling, it's very different. It's transactional. So you sell, toothpaste or life pack or whatever. Hi, bye. That's it. I think then you won't build on the relationship. But you really trying to find something in common and you want to help the person, then it's really useful, right? Okay. So you have any thoughts? Justin have any thoughts? Because she was nodding in the head just now about this.
Sometimes it's like what Joshua said lah. Sometimes when come and ask you something like law. It's not like, oh, you see me in my office, then it's a consultation. But it's because sometimes we can talk anything under the sun about health now. Because everybody is so health conscious now. Despite, even though they say I eat this healthy, I eat that healthy, a lot of things that eat, anything like that, auntie, you know what kind of food they cut and dry and they say this is very good. But I have no idea what is that. But it's health conscious end of the day. I mean, as long as we share what we have, they will understand one day, even though they may not accept it at that point of time. But one day, I don't know, one fine day they will say, oh, I will need it.
Thank you. Then,
Uh, so anyway, during Chinese New Year, we brought up the S3 because we have the S3, right? Yeah. The thing is, we take the S3 to scan our friends, you know, our customers. Why not scan our family? You know, it's the best time to scan our family actually because we care for them, then we share with them, right? So actually, Chinese New Year, we had the scanner. So we just scanned my cousin and her family. So my cousin's my age, and her kids, 3 kids. We scanned all of them, and I think Joshua, they all scanned her last year. So she remembered the scanner. So when we scan, then we have aunties and uncles. This is where like 50 people all at the same house. Not all 50 people are willing to be scanned. You know, I've got one uncle stay very near my house. Wow, he see already, scared. No, don't even want eye contact. No. Then the doctors all no need to say lah. He very scared lah, because he believe in his doctor. Yeah, so never mind. There are some people who want. There are some people who don't want. So those people don't want, don't care lor. Those people who want, we do for them lah. So those people who want, then we just explain to them how it works. At the end of the day, whether they buy our supplements or not, that's not our main intention, because we just want to share and let them know first. If they're interested, of course, if there is a need that they need supplements, then of course we tell them, you know, because again, it's because we care, not because we want to push them to buy, you know. So when I scan my cousin's sister and the kids antioxidant is like low, below 25,000. Then the youngest one is 19,000. Oh, then she said, yeah lah, we eat out all the time, Even my cousin also very low, because she worked very hard. She's a single mother with 3 kids, you know. So she worked very hard, she built her business, she got 3 pet shops. She built by herself, she very keen. But her antioxidant is also not good. So what happened is, so we started talking about G3 for the kids, because we say they won't eat tablets. So finally, she ordered G3 now. That is after follow-up, not immediately. It's like a few days after Chinese, after we meet. Then talk about Lumi Spa. Well, she's my age, the very sagging already like that, cannot lah, right? So I thought, then she said, I won't use one. She bought Alpen one, 2,000 plus, you know what that she bought, you know. She said, I spent that 2,000, I hardly use. I said, this one's so easy, every day you wash face, you need 2 minutes. Don't even have time for facial. And then Lumi Spa is the best solution, you know. So actually, when we scan for people, you don't really care whether they like or don't like, you know. It's because we think they need to know. Some people will appreciate, some people won't. It's the same. Some people will buy our supplements, some people won't. It's the same. So why feel rejected? Yeah. So that's about it.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you for adding some interesting thoughts on this subject, because we really want to help you, all of you, especially when you're trying to connect with people, relate to people about new skin, right? And so the first thing you need to understand is that our business is about connecting people, relating people, and from that relationship we build upon something so that we can add value to people, so that we can share why we chose to do new skin or why you chose new skin product. And so it's a story we tell, right? So we tell a story about our transformation, about our benefit, like we take out our testimonial. So all of you must have your own personal testimonial. Whether it's taking G3, taking Lumi Spa, taking H-Log-Me, TR90, you need to have your own story. So try to get over the picture part, okay? You're using a picture to tell a story. You're not giving a picture. Alright, so when you passing a picture, like, oh, this is me, or before, after, and that's all you do. You're not telling a story, right? You're giving a picture. We are not giving a picture, we are telling a story. So use that picture of your transformation to tell the story of how you got the benefit. Now, nobody is going to reject you for telling your story, which is why, what happened to you and how you recovered. Because you're not selling. Honestly speaking, when you tell a story, is it selling? No, especially if you're telling your story, how you recovered from maybe fatty liver, cholesterol, or you have migraine, or you have pimple all over, and then you got better. Most people will be quite happy for you, see, when you tell a story like that. It's very inspiring. So get over, okay? Get over the fact that you're not selling, right? Is it okay? Get over the fact, because just find that it's sharing your story. So what I love about this business is really, you really know how to fine tune your own thinking, right? You can really overcome all these misconceptions you have. Honestly speaking, New Skin has become so fun for you because it's like just being yourself, lor. You just tell your story, you tell a story, tell people's story, tell WeChat story, tell JB story, tell people's story, tell Li Ting story, tell Chun Xiong story, tell our NDC story. Telling stories become quite fun. Now, the guy that tells the best story, right, always attract a lot of attention. So you know who's the one? Okay, honestly speaking, one of the best storytellers is Chun Xiong lah. Okay, he's not here, but he is one of the best storytellers because whenever I have a catch up with him, some people call it alignment. I catch up with him and my uplines, right? I honestly speaking, I find it very inspiring when he tells stories. Tell story of Chua, tell his own story. Why? Because it's very inspiring, right? So don't you think you have an inspiring story? Especially if you got a very good transformation from big to small. Even if you're small to smaller or small to fitter, it's still a very interesting story to the people who want to get fit, right? So if you're very skinny and you got fitter, like, you're really very skinny, but you got more muscle, you got more energy, you can run better, you have less pain. Honestly, don't you think you're going to help people who have all these problems when they are very fit, but they have a lot of pain? So inspire people with your story and other people's stories. So when we go to meetings like system meeting, TRIT class, what are we collecting? We're collecting stories. Every now and then I go to class, right? I'm collecting stories now. Oh, this person, that person. So when I send out the testimonial on SuperBee testimonial WeChat, right? Do you save it? And do you remember their story? Because if you remember their story, you can tell a very good story. And when you tell a good story, you are adding value and people find you interesting, right? Okay, so get connected, get related, right? The next one is what? Get interesting. Because if you don't interest people, right, do you think people want to come here and see you? No. No, you must be interesting to the person, right? So that when you call up the person, say, hey, let's meet up for lunch, you really don't have to give a reason why to meet up. You don't have to, because the person finds you interesting, or you find that person interesting, and then you have something in common, right? If something in common, really, when you meet up, you don't have to tell me, oh, let's talk about this, let's talk about, no need, you just talk, you just have lunch, okay? So one of the challenge most people have in making appointments, right, with their friends, is because they think it's selling. I'm meeting this appointment, I'm going to sell something, I have intention to close. Now what happens when you have intention to close is that you will close product meetings or something, right? But when you meet a person with the intention to close, right, you always worry about what I'm going to talk about. And when they ask you, actually what is it about? Then you're like, got jam already. You got jam, like your face there, like, like saying it somewhere. You feel something, you feel stoned, you got caught, like you, ada udang di sebalik mata, you found my udang. You found something I'm hiding, right? So the first thing is get your brain rewired to think that actually there's no agenda, right? How can you get to the place where there's no particular agenda? It's when you're interesting. Alright, so the interesting part about this is this. You have something interesting in your life, Okay, and there will people find you interesting, right? Okay, it's normal, right? If you're a boring person, if you think you're a boring person, start liking people's pages. Okay, so the next thing I'll share to you is get social, right? It means you really need to get social. Like, you really need to know how to become friends, get to know people's Facebook page, get to know their life, find their interests, learn from their interests. If you are so boring, right, don't know anything about. I mean, honestly, if you're a guy, there's a lot of chance for you to, like the guy thing, lah. Okay, but if you're a girl, there's a lot of chance for girls thing too. And you just look at people's page, what they're interested in. Some people are interested in dogs, gardening, food, right? Taking care of kids, raising kids, education. So many mothers love all these things. Some people like knitting. I don't know what else. Love bags, love shoes. I don't know what else. Okay, so get connected, get related, get social with people, because what happens is, if you are not sure what you like, go and find out what other people like. Okay? You have something you like one. I am sure, okay, you are born in this world, you live for at least 20 years, there's surely something interesting that you like. Okay? Cannot be you don't like anything one. I've yet to find a person don't like anything in life one. If you don't like everything, don't you like to have more time, more money, more freedom? That is also something you like, right? You can talk about that lah. You can talk about freedom, what you want to do when you have freedom. What you like to do when you have time? Go read Harry Potter books or whatever. Watch movie. Some people are movie buff. So you find out what people like. If that's what they like too, you can connect with them. Okay? So get social. Start to learn how to comment and like. Now the truth, the secret about connecting people is don't put anything negative. Right? Always be positive. Always be kind in your words. Right? And when you don't know what to say, how to respond, put a like emoticon or something, like smile or something, thumbs up, heart shape, heart, things that are like feeling good but not exactly what you're going to say lah. Because sometimes you don't know what to say, you just say put thumbs up. Sometimes you don't know what is thumbs up or not, just put a smile. Okay, so the reason why all this is important is because you want to get social. So it's going to create a lot of people, right? So you have Facebook, why not start with, if you don't have a Facebook up, like you don't always have something new up there, I think it's important that you just comment on other people first. And then if you really, really want to like be interesting, talk about what you like, right? In your Facebook, like okay, like me, like headphones and audio, and not everybody likes, but I like, so people know what I like. Okay, I like these things, right? So maybe I don't write so much about cars, but but I like things like gadgets, gadgets, phone and whatever. Okay, guys like this. Okay, so say what you like, and of course, one of the key things that you may want to add in your Facebook is about yourself is why, what are the whys you have? The whys, not about why new skin, not necessarily why new skin, because you don't want to mention new skin and then chase everybody else, right? Because new skin is like something good, but people think something bad. Okay, so we want to talk about things that are general, like why I love freedom, why I love to have more time, why I love my children, why I love to do gardening, why all this, why I love to run, twice a week in the park, why? Because these are the things that make you tick, right? So because you love to spend time in the woods, in the trees and everything, or you love cooking, I love cooking for my children, why? Now these things, when you talk about your interests, right, people can connect with you. Now honestly, if we talk about new skin, I can tell you 100% guarantee the person not doing new skin not connect. So one of the reasons why I am the outlier, I would say that I don't follow the trend like the rest of ST. The reason why, because I see a lot of people in ST, right? They get connected with all the sidelines, and then like all the sidelines, Ron's team, everybody's team lah, all the STWW one is in their Facebook. Now why I don't do that is because when I write anything, something, right, then all these fellas are there, right? tambah ado, actually I don't know who are my real friends who I need to influence. Because I am trying to get social with my people I want to influence. People are already doing new skin.
Cannot influence them.
I am not, they're not my market, you know.
Yeah.
I like their encouragement, I like their positive energy, all great, you know, when you get recognized, they say all the great things. I love it, but honestly speaking, that's not the reason why I have Facebook, okay? I want to use Facebook for connecting with new people, get a bigger market and so on, alright? So I want to see the likes from people who I haven't met. I want to see the likes from people who I want to connect. Okay, so if you like 100 likes all for STWW, right? I have an issue. I mean, it's good. I'm popular. People like me. It's great. This is an important part of the business. But when we want to get connected with people out there, I don't want to have all my timeline all STW. Because when you have a lot of friends on STW, they are posting every day. So happens a new skin. Facebook will put out all the updated posts of your most frequent visitor, which is like, you know, other people lah, or ST lah. Okay, so sorry if you don't understand this part, but I explained to all these STW leaders why I unfriend them from Facebook, including 5MDC, New Berlin, and he understand. I say it's because I mean I appreciate your encouragement and everything, but I'm trying to use Facebook for a different reason. So I'm trying to get connected with new people who I can influence. So that's the intention lah. So you see my Facebook, hardly any sideline one. The sideline is my friend. So if they are in there, it's because they're my friend. I try to reduce the number also, right? And I have sideline who ask me to be friend a few times, so I have to be their friend now because they got offended when I say no. They got offended, so I have to say okay. So all my uplines are my friend because why? It's okay. Because I can tell them story, but they also won't be the one visiting my profile every day, so they won't show up, as my frequent timeline visitor, right? Okay, so get connected, get related, right? Get interesting, be interested in other people. So one of the things that I must share because time's running out is you got to read this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? So because we are in the business of building network, building people, relationship, getting connected, there are actually a lot of pointers in this book that are very valuable. The only thing I can say is that Rain, the founder of SCWW, the 20MDC, a very successful leader, read this like many times over. He said this is a required reading, and I believe him, and I think that this is a required reading because if you want to win friends, not just have friends, you want to win them over, there are ways to do it, right? And of course, you want to influence people, right? So ultimately, when you do all these things, get connected, get related, get interesting, is to be influential, right? To influence people, right? To be influential to them so that they can join you or join New Skin or be part of the network, right? Or to follow what you do, right? So you see, you can learn these things like what are some ways of making people like you, right? And then a lot of things. If people don't like you, why want to see you? Hi Bihui, good morning. All right, thanks for coming. So this book must read by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends. And then what are the 12 ways of winning people to the way of thinking? So if you have a lot of people that talk to you and they don't agree with you, right? There may be some truth in how you relate to people and then you can't win people's thinking. There's a lot of tips here, 12 ways to make people follow your thinking. Do you know that? Okay, you don't know? We'll read the book. Okay, then of course there's another one. What are the 9 ways to change people without giving them offense or arousing resentment? So this is the reason why I read this book, because if I say something offensive, right, nobody wants to see me, and nobody like me, nobody wants to listen to me, nobody wants to see me for appointment also, right? For any lunch or catch up. There's no catch up because I don't like you, right? So what are the 9 ways to change people without offending them or arousing resentment? So this book is a required reading if you want to grow your business. Okay, Away, I know you have the Chinese version. All right, I think some of you haven't got the book. You can buy it from our ST bookshop. I think it's like $30 or something, right? $30, right? So yeah. So this one is it's like it should be looking like kiam chai lah. Because if you already use it, right, don't just throw it in the toilet. Yeah, you're really good. So okay, so I think I covered some of the bases, right? So finally, I talk about social media just now. Getting social. Now, this is the important part of prospecting. So when we prospect people, we want to know a person, like there are some times when I got the names, right? I want to know a bit more about the person. I searched on Facebook to get to know if they are public profile, great. I will know about maybe their kids, or they have kids or not, they're married or not, some basic lah, where they work, okay, and maybe see what their interests. Like if they like to post things political, then this guy is very political. If they like posting about shopping, offers, then I know this person is looking for offers, shopping. So I'm prepared for something. I'm prepared to share with them, like what I found in Lazada, what I found in AliExpress, what I found in the latest like Isitan sale or something like that lah. So I will become relevant, right, or interesting to the person. So get to know the person's interest through their social media profile is very important. Do some research. Don't be lazy. So don't get lazy. Okay, you really want to know the person, do the homework. It's very simple. Just go on Facebook only. Go on Facebook, find out what they like, be interesting, relate to them on the topic that they like. Then I think you build upon the relationship, and then after that, maybe you can call the person up for anything. The person will meet you, and then one day, maybe over your building of this relationship, you have a chance to give the confidence to take our product. Because there's some time when you actually talk, right? Suddenly that person get hit and realize they need, like, after 1 or 2 years. So yeah, I know, yeah, it's not easy, it's not so short. So nobody promised you, right? If I today talk to you, if you're new in New Skin and you have done it for 2-3 months, if I told you, right, you join New Skin half a year, 1 year, all right, the rest of your life is settled, I'm giving you a lie, right? So it's not something, we don't promise you, financial freedom, overnight, but financial freedom over time, if you overcome a lot of the challenges in New Skin. And one of the biggest challenges is your own thinking, your own thinking about this thing, about relating to people. I hope those who are new, because I want to, before I end, right, those who are new, those who are in this business, I think this is a very important topic, right, to get it right, to how we get connected with people, how we relate to people, how we make ourselves interesting, and how we can become more social, so that we can actually know how to relate to people. No, next topic, next time, if you join the grouping and if you do it on YouTube Live, I'm going to talk about how we can expand our social influence through Facebook, and from, what can we gain from that, and how we can build another level of market through using Facebook. You really be surprised how, and there's other ways as well. So, okay, so if you have subscribed to our YouTube channel, right, SuperBee TV, you find I have listed a lot of playlists like HLogMe, Aquasphere, all the things there already, right? These are all the links and resources that you can send to people. Now, if you have a Facebook profile, alright, you can connect people. But please don't post the YouTube video on Lumi Spa on your Facebook. I have a reason for that. I don't want to use my Facebook to sell. Alright, if I want to show about Lumi Spa, I show a picture of me using Lumi Spa. I won't be selling that Lumi Spa, I will just saying how good it is. Right? That's a very different approach. So don't sell. I find those profiles talk about like offers, TR90 got this offer, that offer. I think it's off-putting. If I'm a non-New Skin person, it's off-putting because whenever I see a profile selling cars also, it off-put me, even though I like the car, because I don't like to see sales in my Facebook. This I think general thinking of everyone. It's a lot of people see this way. But if you choose to do New Skin and you want to grow your profile, right, brand yourself, make yourself interesting, but not through selling, it's through adding value. So I think this is something that you got to grow over time. And I hope we can cover this next time. I really hope today's this morning session is helpful to everyone, because I try to condense everything to make it simple, right? Get connected, get related, get interesting, and get social. If you can understand this part and fine-tune your thinking, you're not here to sell anything, you're here to share your story, share your life, share be interesting to a person by being interested in that person. I think really this process is quite fun, and you get to know more friends, become more interesting to people, have more friends, build a bigger network through being friendly, being interesting, being connected. And I think people will like you along the process. So trust me, it works. That's how we grow our network. And then if you can come for our grouping live on site, if you can, because you learn more by here. Okay. So yeah, so I will see you this Saturday. This Saturday we're gonna have Losang, right? Alright. So after GT we have a Losang together. So I hope to see you all, and so we can do our usual Chinese New Year thing after GET, right? Maybe we can spend a bit of dinner together, just get to know, catch up with everyone. Okay?
Those who have dinner, I mean,
Those who have dinner already arranged, that's okay. But if you don't have a dinner arranged, you can choose to have dinner with us and have the Losang with us. Losang first. So it's just get together lah, right? So just inform everyone who you know whether they can join us, your friends, those people who are your business partner. If they don't know about this thing, we will make announcement. We'll let everybody know, and then later on, just come for GET, hang out with us, find out more what's happening. Okay, so Happy New Year and enjoy your chap gourmet soon. All right, bye bye.